Today we have a word problem here. It says, when Ben went deep sea diving with some friends, if he descends at a rate of 6 feet per minute, what integer represents his depth in a half hour? That is our work right there at the bottom, right there. Okay, and she will work out the problems for you.
Okay, so what we did was we read it over more than once, like twice or 3. When we was reading it, we figured out that when they said per minute, or it either means subtracting or multiplying. So, but when you subtract, you're gonna be multiplying with it too. So what we did was, since we figured out it was multiplying, we put 30 times -6. But you don't have to put the negative if you don't want to, so you can just take that off and it can be a regular 6. And while you do that, so if you're doing any multiplications, that's, well, so 6 times 0 is going to be 0. 6 times 3 is going to be 18. Since that we got the answer right here, we add the negative right here. Every time you multiply, divide, or sometimes add, every time you have a negative, you always, when I mean always have to put the answer that you have as a negative. Because if it be a positive, you will get it wrong. So the answer that you will get is 180, -180. And that's the answer that we got.
Here's more of our work. See? We just did it on the number line. Okay. So, a pool will be drained at a constant rate of -51.2 liters per hour starting at 8 a.m. After 1 hour, the change in the amount of water in the tank can be represented as -51.2. In which of the following represents the total change in the amount of water in the tank by 8 a.m. the next day?
So this is a little harder, but we can still do it. So, you know how they said 8 p.m., 8 a.m. and another 8 a.m.?
Yes.
So that's one whole day. One day. And 8 a.m., I mean. Second day. Well, they both will equal that. But since we have to figure out what the 8 a.m. would be, so if you think about it, you might think it's 16 hours, but really it's not going to be 16 hours, because when you do it, you still have a.m. and a.m. So do that in one whole day, and it will have 24 hours. So 24 hours. So after that, you have found out that it's 24 hours and 8 a.m. You have to multiply it, because yes, you have to multiply. So -51.2 times 24. So really the same thing that we did at first. You don't have to put the negative and you don't have to put the point. Just multiply it how you multiply the regular numbers. So 4 times 2, 8, 4, 20. You always add a 0 at the end. Cross. 4, 2, 10. You add them up. Okay, 8, 2, 2, 1. Since you had the dot right here and the negative right here, bring the dot down. C is only have 1 right here, so you only dot it once. For remember when I said every time it has a negative, it stays a negative? So it's going to be negative 1,200. It is. Here's the next problem.
And here's our other work for the other problems. Okay, so the next problem is Jonathan is keeping track of how much money he earned or spent last week. He bought a cup of soup for $6. He earned $3 for cleaning his room. He spent $8 to go see a movie with a friend. He acquired $9 for getting an A in math. Finally, he found $3 in the restroom. How much money did he have left at the end of the week? We concluded that he had $11, but here's the work.
So what we did that we got all the positive number because you know how you said they spent something, so it'll be a negative. So the positive numbers are 13, 9, and 3. So what we thought of that we just add them because these are double choice questions. So we did 3 plus 3 is 6. So we did 6 plus 9 and got 15. And then we put the 1 on the top and got 2. So it's 25. And then we added all the negatives. So negative 6 plus negative 8. Oh, subtracted the 1. Sorry, my mistake. Just pause it.